Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the week of October 2nd to the 8th, 2023. First card out for you. Actually, we had two cards from this deck. We have the Beloved card. Oh, this will be a week of romance or connection. It says love, relationships, reciprocity, union, and intertwinement. So this may be a theme that comes forward for you this week. And you also had nest. Okay, nesting. Some of you may be moving in with your partner or discussing that, or someone may discuss their interest in moving in with you or enmeshing their lives with you. And this says charity, generosity, sharing, and support. I see community involvement here, or like relying off of your community. And you know, this could be in big or small ways. For example, like doing your work at a Starbucks, you know, or the library, or this could be like shopping at like Goodwill or flea markets, things like that, you know, really being involved and, you know, allowing the community to support you. Even just things like going to the park, you know, that is a community area that you can enjoy. I don't know, like I'm seeing things like that. Is that weird? If you're moving, you may be actually looking at places with like a good like HOA, like maybe like a gym or security, some sort of like community thing that you can enjoy. I don't know why I keep coming back to that, but I'm also getting like a deeper sense of family here as well, and relying more off of, you know, Gemini energy people in your life, like your neighbors or your friends or your siblings, you know, and making life easier for each other. Next, we have complacency with the root chakra. Okay, someone needs to change in your life, or maybe you feel like you're getting complacent, you know, getting too comfortable in the circumstances that you find yourself in. This is the root chakra energy. And yeah, we see here actually from the root chakra, it looks like there's a plant that's sort of like dying off because it needs some change, it needs some growth. So we're gonna get more info if this is with you or someone in your life with the tarot, but your last oracle card is To the Sea. Okay. Some of you may be visiting a body of water this week, whether that's a creek, a lake, an ocean, a river, something like that. So I'm also seeing this as a card of like adventuring, changing things up, getting out of that complacency. So that is very significant. Also, something significant I just noticed is that this is the number 7. So Saturday of this week may be significant for you. There may be some sort of something happening that's gonna shake things up for you, something fun that you'll be doing. Okay, this may be going out with friends, this may be a day trip, this could even be, you know, involving water of some sort. It doesn't have to, but we are seeing, or even drinking, we are seeing something like that on Saturday for you, where it kind of shakes things up and gets you out of like just your routine. So that looks really good. 9 cards out, 3 rows of 3 from the Murder of Crows tarot. First card out is the 5 of Swords reversed. Okay, so in your past you may have felt a little bit distant from people, or separating yourself from people who just may have had some more selfish energies, even if it was just like not reciprocating your energy. And we look back at that Beloved card here of like reciprocity, and I'm seeing here, you know what, I'm not going to give my energy, my all, to situations or people who don't really reciprocate. I'm seeing here some of you, very specific message. It just may be something as simple as you always ask someone how their day is and they answer, but they don't ask you back. That grinds my gears. Like, okay, screw me then. Like, my day was great. Thank you for asking. All right. So it's something like that. And it feels small because it's a minor arcana card, where it's just like you feel like someone isn't reciprocating the kindness, the love, the gestures. Oh my gosh, you know what else I'm seeing? Like, you invite someone over for dinner and they don't bring anything. Like, they show up empty-handed like every single time. I don't know, it's little things like that that frustrate me. Like, weren't you raised correctly? Like, you never show up empty-handed. Like, I just slaved over this hot stove for you and you don't even invite me. Or, you know what, if you're gonna show up empty-handed, that's fine, but like, invite me over to have dinner then, you know, let's have a little back and forth thing. It's hard to grow a friendship or a relationship when the energy isn't reciprocated. It kind of feels feels like you're dragging the other person along with you, or you're like in a friendship or a relationship with a brick wall, I feel like it's so much easier and it feels safer emotionally to become friends or involved in relationships where someone gives as much or more as you. You know, I invite you over to dinner, I make you this wonderful meal, and then next week you invite me over, or you bring food. You know, it feels really good, it feels really mutual. And you know, having that reciprocity is so important because it lets us know that we are loved and that we are actually wanted in this person's life. You know, I ask you how your day is, you ask me how mine is. That's just how a friendship or relationship should be. And I'm seeing here some frustrations because there may be someone in your life who is not reciprocating like that, and you may be a really big giver. You know, you may be someone who loves to love, and it may be difficult for you to like not do that. And I feel like, you know, something you may have struggled with is trying to keep people in your life by going down to their level. You know, okay, well, they don't ask me how I am ever, so I'm just gonna stop asking them. That feels unnatural for you. Like you'd rather almost just cut the relationship off completely than have this sort of like weird surface level, not deep at all, like casual small talk connection. So I don't know why that came through. That may be a situation you're dealing with or have dealt with, because it is coming out as your first card, which shows like this may have been what you were dealing with emotionally for the past few weeks. Okay, you may have been contemplating, do I walk away from this person or do I not, you know? And especially with this being in reverse, it's like I don't know if I should walk away entirely because they aren't reciprocating, or if I should just like stoop to their level and give less, but that doesn't feel natural. I don't know, I'm getting that sort of question in your mind, and I'm not saying there's an answer here. I'm just saying that's the question that's showing up. Second card out, Ace of Wands. This has been coming out for a lot of signs this week, and this is a very passionate card. Okay, so those of you who are involved in dating and romance, your passion may keep you hooked. And you know what? This is where it gets tricky, because for some of you, this person who you're passionate about, who you want to like spend more time with and make love to and do all that fun stuff with, may be the person who you feel like is not reciprocating. For others of you, I'm actually seeing this week a sort of new drive. You have a lot of energy this week, all of you, and you feel really driven to accomplish creative tasks and goals. Okay, so your creativity is higher, and you may find yourself having like new ideas come in really quickly, and you're taking action on those ideas as quickly as they're coming in, so it feels really, really good there. And you know what, that's maybe why I also get some frustration from the past, because it's like when you feel passionate about someone or your friendship with them, your relationship with them, you know, you don't want to dim yourself, you don't want to be less, you don't want to do less. So I feel like that's another point of concern here. But overall, Ace of Wands coming out is a very positive card. It shows a positive week ahead for sure. A lot of energy is heightened, a lot of passion is heightened as well. Third card out is the Empress. Oh my gosh, guys, you're very attractive at this time. Super attractive. This is all of the queens combined into one person who rules an empire, you know, multiple countries, okay? She is a ruler. And you know what? Like, I see you trying to step more into this divine feminine energy, and that's the shift that's taking place within you. I feel like that's how you're going to choose to deal with this situation, this Five of Swords reverse situation, where there was a lack of why can't I say that word now? Reciprocity, you get the point. You may, instead of like being more cold, more callous, it's just like, you know what? If you're gonna, you know, be like that, just come to me when you want. All right, I'm not moving a finger. I'm not chasing you. I am not forcing this. I'm not dragging you along. You can come to me when you want. Okay, so establishing healthy boundaries there is key. I'm also seeing a really strong law of attraction this week for you. So whatever your goals are, keep a positive mindset. I feel a lot of positivity, actually. Like, I know when we read this, you may think like, oh my gosh, this is gonna suck, because, you know, that whole situation with your love, your energy not really being reciprocated with someone, but I actually see this as really positive. And you know what? You're not going to become, I feel like your internal thing is like, I'm not gonna become complacent here. Some of you guys, you don't want to become like your parents, because maybe they had a relationship that wasn't super great or passionate, or, you know, they didn't have really awesome friendships in their life, and you don't want to become like that. So I feel like you're not settling, or like that's your current challenge right now, like you don't want to settle, but in doing that, by not settling, you're actually also breaking a generational wound, a generational curse, which may be why it's more difficult for you to just have those boundaries and no longer, give. Like, okay, if you want to be, if you want lukewarm love, just come to me when you want it then, I'm not going to chase after this mediocre friendship or energy. Like, no, you can come to me if you want. If you want to start giving energy, come to me. I'll reciprocate it. But you know what? I'm not going to be the first to do everything here when you're not reciprocating. So second row out, fourth card is the Devil in reversed. Yep. In reversed, right underneath that Five of Swords in reversed. So like that. And you know what? These are two cards that both talk about like not letting this go. I feel like there's a relationship in particular that you don't want to let go of. But again, they don't reciprocate. So it's like, how can I maneuver my boundaries to keep this person in my life? And that's the thing about boundaries, guys. Boundaries are not put in place for us to push others away. They actually are put in place for us to keep others in our lives without them harming us. Because when they harm us, then we really have to get rid of them. You know what I mean? So I feel like you may be establishing some more internal boundaries and boundaries within your relationships with people, not to push them away, but to keep them in your life. And you know what? That may be like building a wall up. Okay, we can't be as intimate, as close. You can't be as high of a priority in my life if you're going to be not offering the amount of love, attention, affection, and passion that I can offer you. You can't offer that back. And I understand, and not everyone's like just black or white, good or evil. And you see that, that, which is why you don't want to give this person up, because maybe they can't give you the love and affection or time that you need because they're busy or they have an issue or whatever, they have a family that comes first, and you understand that on a logical level, and that may be what makes it hard for you, because it's like, I don't want to cut them off because of this reason. And that's where boundaries come into play. Like, okay, if you can't reciprocate my enthusiasm over text, for example, I'm not going to text you anymore. I'm not going to initiate texting conversations with you. If you can't, if you can only host dinners once a month, I'm only going to host dinners once a month. I'm not going to like have you over every single night and I'm cooking for you or hanging out if you're not able to reciprocate. So that's where boundaries come into play, Center of your spread is the Page of Cups in reversed. Wow. This is a little bit of a frustrating reading here because I just feel like, again, you have love for someone. You have appreciation for feelings for someone that may even be deepening here. But it's like you have to stop yourself because of the lack of reciprocation or openness to it, something like that. But Ace of Wands, again, I just want to remind you, there are a lot of positive cards in this reading. There is passion here, there is excitement, there is enthusiasm, and you may need to channel that passion that you feel for this person or for this friendship into a creative outlet instead of them, okay? And Spirit's saying that's how you can transmute this feeling and not feel like crap that they're not able to reciprocate, okay? Whenever you find yourself, oh my gosh, I just dropped a card. Eek! Whenever you find yourself like thinking a lot about this person or wanting to reach out, but at the same time your boundaries are saying no, channel that into a creative project. Spirit's saying like you may actually be addicted to love, sex, or the chase, the thrill, or even friendships. You may use those things, which are good, as a distraction from your own creative game plan in life. And you may get yourself hooked on these people and think about them constantly, and let these issues within your connection consume your mind and energy to the point where you're not doing what you should be doing here on earth, whatever that may look like for you. Instead of worrying about this person, Spirit's saying, what if you, worked on that podcast you really want to make? What if you made a piece of art? What if you, whatever your creative thing is, whatever your thing is, whether it's going to the gym, cooking, blogging, whatever your creative idea is that you've been saying, oh, I want to do this, learning a language, learning an instrument, do that when you're in this mindset. Don't linger in this sort of toxic sort of energy where, you have all this love and passion, and this person has like this love and passion, you know, and you understand why theirs is smaller. They may have a busier life. And that's fine. You can keep them in your life, but you know, there needs to be adjustments made here, or you're just going to be really resentful. You're going to become complacent, you know, constantly disappointed that you have more love. I just dropped that card. Constantly disappointed that you have more love than the other person, or like more time, more willingness than the other person here. So I think the Spirit's kind of saying, get a life. With respect, gently get a life, okay? And you have the Empress. Okay, focusing back on you. And you know what's really funny about this is when we stop sort of caring about whether or not someone else replies, and we just focus on us, and we pull our energy back, and we set those healthy boundaries, sometimes it triggers the other person into being like, oh, wait a second, like you were doing all this, like you were so amazing for me, and you know, I wasn't reciprocating it, and now you're pulling your energy back, and you're focusing on you, and I see that you're glowing, you're thriving, you know, you're doing so much, you know, you're cooking, you're being creative, you're working on your goals, you know, you're getting ripped, like, hold on, now I want you in my life. So life is funny like that, guys. This may talk about breaking out of codependency as well for some of you. Okay, 6th card out, the World reversed. Oh my gosh, the World reversed, the Devil reversed. This cycle needs to end, honestly. Spirit's saying this cycle has been in your life for a really long time. Not just with this person or this thing, whatever it may be, this friendship, with other people as well from the past. You know, you were in these situations where you give so much, you have so much passion, and the other person like has their own life and they're busy, and you know, they may not give as much as you. And Spirit's saying like, we want you to focus on you for once, okay? Focus on you. It's not to say you can't have those feelings for other people, but like honestly, keep your hands a bit more busy here, okay? Focus on your goals. Be a bit more selfish is what I'm saying here. Let them come to you, all right? Especially if you identify as a predominantly divine feminine being, let them come to you. You're the Empress, okay? You don't see the Empress searching for everyone, hunting them down to have a conversation. No, they come to her. She's on her throne. She don't even have to move, okay? So, I don't know. Final row out for you. 7th card is the 4 of Wands. We're seeing marriage. We're seeing celebration. There may be some sort of celebration of life for you this week that you attend here. This could be a wedding, a baby shower, a birthday, even like people celebrating you, your accomplishments, all right? So it's really stable. It's really good. We're seeing something here with community again. There could be like a community day celebration. Like I said, Saturday specifically, there may be some sort of celebration for some of you. Or it could be another day of the week, but Saturday still stands out to me as being a fun day. So yeah, we're seeing a win here as well. I mean, the 4 of Wands is lovely. It represents a community coming together, your closest loved ones coming together and celebrating life, expressing love, all right? We have, oh my gosh, the Emperor reversed. Wow, in a reading with the Empress. There's a lot of messages in this card. All right, message number 1. How other people express their love to you is out of your control, okay? You can't control other people's actions or lack thereof, all right? This is coming out right underneath the Page of Cups reversed and the Ace of Wands here, all right? You can't control other people's feelings and expressions there. Some of you may feel like this person, especially if you're dating them, you know, is more enthusiastic about sharing like sexual feelings with you and not necessarily like romantic emotional feelings with you, which like I can't stand that. All right, Spirit's saying that's not normal. Let's not normalize that, all right? You know, this person should be interested in you. I mean, like obviously they're going to be attracted to you. Obviously they're going to want to do that. You know, obviously that's fun, but like that shouldn't be the center of every time you meet up with them or every time you talk with them, you know? Like hang out for the sake of hanging out and talking, and if it goes in that direction, that's wonderful. Like that's a beautiful benefit. But like if they're only inviting you over for that, if they're only talking to you for that, like honey, you need to take the rose-colored glasses off and see that maybe this person just ain't it, okay? They don't have what it takes to be an emperor, okay? Because you're already in your Empress energy this week. But, you know, I'm just saying. All right. Something else I'm seeing here, this person, if you're dealing with a person like this who you're having a hard time letting go of, you know, the person of the reading here, they may struggle with toxic masculinity, and it doesn't matter what their gender is. Society, their parents, whomever, may have got it in their head that being open, authentic, and vulnerable with their feelings is a bad thing. Or like, you know, this is a problem I see a lot in like modern dating. People are so afraid to just show interest and be like, hey, I really like you. I'm really excited about you. And even say all that, you know, ooey gooey mushy stuff like, oh my gosh, you're my beautiful lovely angel, I just want to ravish you, like, you know, getting real poetic with it. I feel like, you know, that's an issue, an element that some people really lack. You know, they're taught like that's weak, or like, you know, they think the other boys are going to judge them if they're a guy, you know what I mean? We've all seen it before. It doesn't matter what your gender is, we've all seen this issue in society, correct? And I am seeing that issue within someone in your life here. And yeah, I mean, again, that's out of your control. You're not their therapist. You're not there to solve their problems. You're not there to be their mother. And, you know, if they have a hard time showing affection, you know, boundaries need to happen here. Okay, I'm showing affection. I'm here with my cup of love and you're not. So boundaries. All right. I'm not giving more than I'm receiving at all. If you can't like match my energy levels, you know, you can't match my energy levels. I'm not going to keep giving something that's not being reciprocated. All right, final card out is the Page of Swords. You know what? You have a lot of pages in this reading. Yeah, you have, well, you only have 2. I don't know why I said a lot. For some reason, I thought you had 3. All right, you have 2 pages in this reading, which is a very young energy. And I feel like you may be dealing with newer situations, for like in general, whether it's work, friendships, romance, whatever. Which is why you're not really on the same page just yet. You're not really comfortable. There's still some, you know, do I stay, do I go energy. And also I'm seeing here, if you are dealing with someone who is like a would-be emperor, you know, someone, and they could be older than you, you know, they could technically have a lot of life experience. They could be the emperor of their own life here, but they're in reversed. And I don't know why I'm seeing like specifically undomesticated energy. All right, what do I mean by that? This is someone who may have traveled the world and, you know, have done a lot with their career and education and, you know, just lived an experience, you know, but they may not have a lot of in-depth relationship, sharing their emotions experience, okay? They may not have children. They may not have that many relationships that they were in long-term that, you know, really served them and helped them grow. You know what I mean? Like we see, men and women out there who have a long history of relationships, and they're wonderful at expressing their emotions, and they're great at like showing love, showing vulnerability, and overcoming challenges, issues. Some people have a lot of experience in working with other people on a deeper emotional level, and some people simply don't have that. So that's why I'm sort of getting this undomesticated energy, this sort of I don't know, there's a word that is, I can't remember the word. What is the word? Feral. It's like giving me feral energy. You know, we have Ace of Wands, very feral, passionate feelings here that they have for you, and they want more with you. But like the undomesticated side of them, I feel like I'm talking about them like they're a dog, has them, you know, having a challenging time expressing the more vulnerable feelings within. But Page of Swords does show a conversation. It does show a new opportunity coming up for you this week. It shows a new direction coming up for you this week. And I feel like you're getting more clarity about who is nesting with you, you know, who are the people who are your soul family, your soul tribe, the people closest to you, your support system. Who are those people? You know, you don't want to become complacent in a situation that is not fulfilling for you. So you're establishing boundaries, okay? That's your reading. Thank you for joining me. Watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. There may be more about the situation or about your week ahead in general that you will find in those readings. And like this video, comment how it resonated down below. I'd love to hear your stories, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my Goddess Energy Intention Oil there and my spiritual life coaching sessions there. So check it out. Bye-bye.